Yeah, Davey? What do you have playing on the Google?
I'm not doing anything.
Which one of you is doing this?
I don't know how.
I don't even know how
I know you don't know how.
I don't know how to do it with Google.
What is this?
My phone's in my pocket. I don't know. I'm out of here.
Combination skin is part of the experience. Okay?
What? All right, so we had an opportunity. Oh, Bighorn. We had the opportunity to do career day, like we were talking about, and now I'm actually really comfortable. So, I thought it would be fun. One of the things that I always used to try to teach my friends, like when we were younger, and I was a gearhead, and I tried to teach people. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Scoping.
You're nervous. Do those noises make you nervous, Davey? Come on, Savage. Savage is twitching over there. What, you got PTSD from backup alarms? What's? So I used to try to teach my friends like basic concepts: engine, transmission, transfer case, drive shaft's axle, right? Because if you can understand basically those 5 components, it helps you just appreciate a 4x4 more or better. So what we did today was we had this great piece of cardboard. This is a great piece of cardboard. And I actually saved it. I knew I had a vision and I wanted to see it through, and it worked out really darn well. I'm tickled. And we ordered some color-coded tape. And what we did was we had groups of 4 of kids lay down, and then under here we have these gnarly Adams drive shafts. Those of you who know, I do 1350 in the rear, 1310s in the front, and I put green tape on the drive shaft front and rear, and then I put yellow tape on the axles. I put some red tape on the control arm. So obviously if you're watching the actual video, the demonstration that I did, showing the kids control arms as well, just part of the suspension and making it relevant to what they're learning in school. And we talked a little bit about engine, transmission, transfer case, but then drive shafts, axles, and control arms. Really trying to just hammer home some small concepts that, they might appreciate or like. I think it went well. Davey, what do you think, Savage?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. Look forward to see how it plays out. Kids seem to really enjoy it. And we played tug of war. I mean, any day you get to play tug of war. I didn't get to play, but next time we'll play tug of war. Savage and I will anchor each other on the other ends. That would be gnarly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what's up. Big shout out to Career Day, and hopefully some kids understand that the auto industry is really big, and they too can get involved in a bunch of different ways.
I always felt like I had to.
Now what are you doing?
We need content.
I'm just going over a bill. And you're
Bad
pointing
content. This is my bill.
We gotta hide this from Julie anyway.
Yeah, no bill. No bill. No bill.
Yeah, it's not that.
This guy.
Well, that's why I use that.
Look, it's Friday and we don't have anything for Tech Tuesday, so.
I see you broke your hammer.
I broke my hammer.
I mean, you broke it before, but you really broke it this time.
You know what? This was broken at Bantam. This is.
I remember. I was there.
This is high quality.
The fact that you broke the handle is the impressive part.
The fact that I'm still using it for its original purpose, I don't know what that says
Well,
about.
that's not an original purpose.
That's what the original. That's not the original purpose.
That might be the 6th or 7th.
Do you remember that time that we had Davey source us a handle for this? David, do you remember sourcing the handle for that?
Yeah.
Savage, what happened to that?
They don't make them.
You know what I saw on
No,
TikTok?
they did. We had them. We actually, through our supplier, we had the appropriate handle for this.
You know what I saw on TikTok I think would be a great opportunity to try on this?
Huh.
They stick an Allen key in a drill, slide it into that, and just let it turn. I'm kind of curious if it actually works.
That sounds really efficient.
Good talk. Here we go. We're going to do Tech Tuesday. Look at this. Scott Lindquist. I love this. Look at this. This is like an old backpacking, right? So they sell a product, Trasharoo, really popular for a while. And Lindquist bought like a military overstock piece. And this is actually really simple but effective. You have the hiking frame here, bungeed on. It's really solid. Toe strap. I'm not opening that zipper because it doesn't open well. More toe straps, more bungees. I think that's so cool. Oh, look at this.
Sandcastles.
Sandcastles. That makes perfect sense to me. Sorry, Scott. I think I'm breaking things. I'm going to fix it, though. That's cool. It's a nice LJ. All right. We're going to do Tech Tuesday in a second. Davey, I need you to go with him to dispose of things. But then we're going to be picking up a very special Jeep. Can we do that? And I need you to video picking it up from the body shop.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Because that'll look good for these people watching.
Okay.
Because then Harley the Money Pit can start to get put onto its new chassis and body. Coolio?
Sounds exciting.
Perfect. All right. And then we'll do more Tech Tuesday in a minute.
There it goes.
Jeff, what did you do to your tailgate?
I don't know what you're talking about. I love that you're only asking about that, but you're not asking about like all the damage that's on this.
Couple pinstripes?
Oh, that. There's dents here. That's a little more than pinstripes there, but
It's a nice vehicle behind you, though.
nice vehicle behind me. You talk about that Trailblazer
Yeah,
in all its
thanks.
glory?
I think sick.
I don't know about that.
Look at those all-terrain tires on it, too. I think we have the same size tires, actually, Jeff.
Yeah, no, I don't think you do.
Pretty close.
What size tires are on yours?
33?
245. Those are not 32.
Well, then what are they?
They're not 33.
Top down?
Top down, of course.
Let's go. Where are we headed, Jeff?
City dump. Transfer station. For Neil.
Do you have something against fenders?
I didn't take it out.
Almost did.
No, I didn't. You're so dramatic, baby. What are you filming for now?
Where's our next stop?
I think it's in Timbuktu.
I'm just gonna keep filming you until you say the right answer.
The right answer. There, I said it for you.
You call me childish.
We're going to pick up a Jeep.
Attitude.
There's no attitude. I said it with a smile.
All attitude.
I said it with a smile. We're going to pick up a Jeep. There's a smile. No attitude. Do you want there to be attitude?
Wow, that's amazing. They really did a nice job for what this tub was.
I mean,
This tub was super clean, or so it appeared from the outside, you know, from 10 feet away. And it had buckled and accordioned, like from the front to back. And the body shop put it on their frame machine, and tugged and pulled and smoothed these panels here. This was all had a buckle in it. There was a buckle up front. And roll bars in, windshields in, pedal box is good because the pedal box is smashed like two inches all the way in. So excellent. And it came in under budget for Darla. So more power to them.
What do you got going on today, Scott?
We found the water pump was walking all over the place, and we found out the upper radiator hose actually just had a birthday, 5/11 of a 92, I think it was. So I decided it suffered long enough and took it off the Jeep. So we're gonna work on radiator hoses and a new water pump to allow him to be able to cruise this summer and not worry about heating, cooling problems.
Well, if you need me to take over, I can.
Okay, here you go. I think Paul would prefer me to work on it. Just saying.
I'm a professional with water pumps.
Uh-huh.
What you got there, buddy?
A flywheel for a center force. But I don't have bolts yet, so I can't install it.
You just looking at it?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with the old one?
It's bad. Heat checking. Material's really thin. Lots of heat cracking. You can see where it's thin. Same thing with more heat checking. All bad.
No, it did
It
not.
exploded.
Oh dear.
You got
Oh.
4 of them now.
That's what used to be a throwout bearing. Oh, that had to have been screaming.
Oh, it was so noisy. And then it just went flying.
This little clip right here is like
Importante.
it's super important, and we have seen people not pay attention to it. Look at all the schmutz on it. We'll clean that up here.
What is this? Because I've never seen this part in my life.
All right, Savage. Good question, man. So this is part of the clutch system on a manual transmission. Back in the day, we used to call this a fork. Maybe it looked a little bit different when they were originally installed. So this is the throwout bearing. It's what allows the throwout bearing, the rotation of the clutch, to depress and release. So as it actually loads into the spinning in the engine, so the engine spins up. We have those 2 flywheels that were sitting, I think Greg maybe talked about. One of those is attached to the engine and it starts spinning. And then, so this unit here is actually going to apply pressure. When we push on, it releases, and that's how the transmission goes into neutral or allows us to shift. So the value of center force, you can see all these counterweights. These are typically not on a stock clutch assembly or an affordable clutch assembly. These counterweights are actually installed for the performance purposes of the center force clutches or an aftermarket performance clutch. And what we were saying here is that all of this kind of gets bolted together, and the mechanism, this is that throwout bearing, would have been this, and it pushes against those fingers there, allowing the internals to relieving pressure from the clutch plate itself, the clutch material. So we have this, right? So everybody does these DIY projects.
Yeah, customer supplied us a fork. I don't know why, and a pivot ball.
Yeah, interesting.
One of the other things you can look at is the factory disc material compared to the center force, because there's more meat on this. It's under the pressure plate.
There we go. Show that off. Well, Greg's thing that he was saying, importante, is this little piece right here is critical to the operation of the clutch. So this is like all of $1.20 spring clip, and if it breaks, the whole job stops. And if it breaks inside the transmission, then this can release off the pivot ball, and it'll release off the pivot ball and kind of fall off to the wayside. And now it doesn't engage and disengage the clutch in a nice, true fashion. So one side, it pivots on a fixed point, and the other side is your hydraulic clutch rod that actually, when you operate your foot pushes a valve basically, and so we have our master cylinder. It shoves fluid down into a hydraulic cylinder. That hydraulic cylinder extends, moving one side forwards. When you release it, the fluid all transfers back up. So some other time we'll have to do a whole talk about this and the value of these. And what Greg was saying is you can see the actual footprint displacing the heat and the load of the the gripping power. These springs actually all have a lot to do with it. You can see how kind of tight and small these springs are. These springs are a little longer, a little arguably, spring steel does deteriorate over time, and so you can really see the difference between the center force and an OE clutch.
No, so it's like, Ryan, see how these are unassuming? Like, yeah, this one's a little more open, and then I flipped them over because this one's hollow and that one's a giant chunk of
Yes.
solid billet.
Yes.
You should dig out your scale. Then we could factually say.
We could. We could actually say what the difference is.
15 pounds.
You think 15 pounds?
We have to get bets first.
All right, bets first. So Greg's calling 15 pounds. Ryan's in at 24.
24 pounds.
34.3.
My calibrated finger said it would 24 pounds.
The OE flywheel, 33 pounds, 11 ounces. 52 pounds, 9 ounces.
I think Jeff was the closest.
If we're playing Price is Right,
I was saying, play Price is Right. Greg is. If it's Price is Right, Greg is the winner on this one. That's you got a 20-pound increase roughly.
As a percentage of the overall weight, it's over 60%. heavier.
Correct.
Holy
Correct.
cow.
And that's the whole advantage of inertia, torque via inertia, because once the engine starts spinning that big giant flywheel, beautiful flywheel that Center Force makes, that's going to carry our torque band through when you're off-roading. That's the cool stuff that makes SFJ different.